Yes. Woo! So excited to be here at McFadden Intermediate.
Yeah.
So excited to be here at McFadden Intermediate School, home of the Scots. So we want to thank the students in this room and the teacher in this room, which is the makerspace. And back there you can see some chairs that the students made in the makerspace, beautifully painted, beautifully constructed. I'm going to go sit in one later. And so yeah, we're excited to be back for our second live show. And the purpose of the show is to reach out to let you know what 21st Century Learning is doing and to connect with you and find out what you're interested in. And so my name is Wes. And I'm going to put my microphone on now. So I took that off a second ago. It's live. It's all good. All right. Yeah. So my name is Wes, and this is
Brian Davis.
And I am Jessica.
All right, great. So the first thing we're going to do for you is we are going to answer a reader question or audience question that was submitted. And you can get involved with that if you want by signing up on our blog for an email update, and we'll email you the link to submit questions. So, Jessica, what's our question for the week?
So our first question actually wasn't submitted. Jessica Ochoa from Halo's tutoring shop from Santa Ana High School actually stopped by our office and just wanted to brainstorm some ideas with us on how to refresh the library slash tutoring space for the students after school. So we just kind of sat there and thought about it for a little while.
Well, first thing I noticed that she said refresh, which she didn't say renovate, she didn't say tear down a wall. So a way to make it look fresh. So, any ideas, Brian, on that?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is actually embrace the connection that may be already happening. So like there's connection, students get connected, so really keep the student first in mind. And actually I was just thinking bring the students in on that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know what space is going to be designed. I think there's some cool pictures on Twitter that I've seen. But I think first and foremost we bring the students in and help them be part of that conversation. So that's my thought.
That was my thought as well.
Start
with the students. Anything else to add?
I don't know. I got some inspiration just by walking around and looking at some spaces at Henninger. So there's some low cost ways to look at making the seating arrangements more comfortable, more like a coffee shop experience. But I agree with you guys because I think that we need to talk to the students and see what kind of spaces do they enjoy to be in. What kind of feeling are they looking for? So I think that's a great idea.
One great affordable thing I saw on your blog post about the visit to Henninger is a milk crate with a pillow on top, and those are aligned along the sides of a little table.
Yes.
Super inexpensive, and you can change the color by changing the colors of the pillows. Yeah, so that's a great cheap idea that we saw. So what's next on our show notes? Products?
That would be your product.
Okay,
Yes.
So one of the things we want to share are products we're developing for students to use, for teachers to use in our hybrid courses. So we're going to highlight three. The first one is called the Gratitude Journal. And so we know from research that students and learners of all ages benefit from practicing written and oral statements of gratitude. Saying the things that they are thankful for is an easy way to access such benefits as getting more sleep, fewer illnesses, greater happiness. And so what we want to do is package that in a way that's easy for teachers to access and deploy to students. So we have a Google version and a Canvas version, and you can just click and download. Next week, we're going to have a link for you to beta test that for us, so stay tuned for that. Next product?
Document the process. So we want to encourage growth mindset in our students. Like, do they believe they can actually learn and accomplish their dreams, really? Yeah. So how I thought about that was I actually documented one of my own processes is actually writing the jingle for this show. That's right. The Team 21C. So it's called the Meme Moment Jingle. So I recorded myself singing and struggling with creating that song. And the idea is that the students can relate to that process in any content area. Maybe, for example, like in an English class, the writing process. It's okay to struggle. It's okay not to know what word you're going to write next. It's okay to think about what would be a better word there. How can I reshape this to make it work where I love it?
Did you use it in a math class too, Brian?
Jessica He can use that in a math class.
What about a science classroom?
Can you use it in a science classroom? Answer is yes.
Nice. Looking forward to that. So stay tuned for next week. We'll have a link on the show, and you can access that as a beta tester. Third product, Jessica, tell us.
Third product is called Tutor Recruiter. I know you
Love
like
that
the name.
name.
You love the
Tutor
name.
Recruiter.
Okay, so we were actually, one of the criticisms of an online course sometimes is how are the students going to get that social interaction, that social engagement in that online environment? So we went to a classroom and we started observing. We went to, shout out to Cooper C. DeBaca at Godinez. We went on the first day and observed those rich social interactions that sometimes might be missing from an online environment. So we decided to brainstorm ways to make that happen for the students. So we did, and we are creating it right now, and it's on the Tutor Recruiter.
Yes.
Curriculum. What is it? What do we call it? We call it
a module.
A module.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we have been creating that, and we're putting that together. And we actually went to Santa Ana High School and filled to students. So the thing about this module is that students get to pick their tutor. So choose a tutor, right? And then they become the tutor. So you can, if you're still interested, which I'm sure you are, you can check it out later next week.
Yeah. So next week we'll put a link on the show, and you can download it or access it as a beta tester. And yeah, so that's a great opportunity. So what's next on the show? Is it the meme moment? Is it the meme moment?
Yes.
It is.
Cool. So what does that mean?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
So, want to tell us what the meme moment
Oh, yes, I do,
yeah.
yes. So the meme moment is where we, each of us picks a line from a blog post, and we kind of give it a shout out, or we highlight it, but then we not only say this is our favorite line from this week, because we're in the 20-day challenge, we're publishing 8 to 12 blog posts a day, but we're going to identify what's standing out to us from our colleagues' writing, and then we're going to create a meme that represents it. So we have to shift the genre from maybe a serious blog post into a funny or sometimes even sarcastic meme. So we have to do some critical thinking, and this is also a product that we are working on to ship out to you. So the meme moment is, it's here.
Yeah. So it's safe to say that Brandy, the program specialist from counseling, is a superhero. So she went above and beyond and helped us out to really put some structure underneath the hybrid courses, specifically taking Jessica, she offered to go to a meeting with you on short notice. So I wrote here, you wrote about it. Brandy ended up taking time out of her day and coming with me to the meeting, and I am so grateful she was there. So I don't know if you want to say anything more about that moment.
I just want to say thank you again to Brandy, because it was awesome that she was there, and I really felt like we were working as a team. So I really appreciate that.
So,
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's time to share our memes with you on the air meme moment.
Right there. 3, 2, 1,
and then we're out. All right. Next.
All right. So this next meme is about a blog post that Nettie Prado wrote about her daughter, Naya. Her daughter, Naya, originally had a high school picked out that she wanted to attend. And after visiting Valley's media arts room, she was sold. And so now she's going to go to Valley. And there's a really cute picture of her on a blog post holding up a Valley sign that was from her pocket and at one of the games. So that's the post that I picked. It just and it touched a lot of people. So this is the quote that I picked from her post. As we as a district work on connecting our younger students to a purpose for higher education, I say let's get students into our high schools. Let's go as far as having them experience the eye-catching equipment and gadgets and involve them in activities our high school students experience every day. Let's hook them in now.
Excellent. And you created a meme for that.
Yes, we did.
Brian?
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's time to share our memes with you on the air meme moment.
A little bit further back. Right there. Right there's a sweet spot. 3, 2, 1.
Now we're out. All right. So is that it for today? Is that it for this
that
week?
That's it.
I think that's it. Just, we need to give a, am I missing something?
Shout out to
Okay.
McFadden.
Shout out to McFadden
out
for
to
hosting
McFadden.
us. Everybody cheer.
To Norma Lamelli for being here. She's over here. Tom Morris for being here.
Yes,
The
thanks for the
space.
support.
Yes,
Yes.
this was really fun, and thanks to all our wonderful students, and they're going to
Yes.
be helping us produce.
And we're going to come back next week and have more students as co-producers. So, thank you. Until next time. Oh, did we stop this camera?